Welcome back. All right, so some more news of the day for all you fine people out there, as moves are getting made by Dallas. The Dallas Stars deciding they need to make some changes. They've put Blake Comeau on waivers. Tanner Kero's also on waivers. I'm going to call it now. Kero probably clears. I don't think Comeau does. Somebody somewhere is going to look at his physical game, bottom six forward, that has the cap space to make this work somehow and pick him up. I'd be very surprised if Comeau passes through waivers. Also, Dallas has called up Riley Tufte. He should make his debut in their next game, so he's an NHLer as of now. And Harley has been sent down to the AHL. So some changes being made by Jim Nill. This might be a warning to the team that, if the play doesn't pick up, things are going to change. Tufte impressed me in the preseason, so glad to see he's getting an opportunity. And again, I would be very surprised if Comeau clears. But Rocco Grimaldi may clear. He's on waivers as well from the Nashville Predators. What may hurt teams with picking him up is the fact that it's a $2 million price tag to pick him up. That's the cap hit for Rocco Grimaldi, who has no points in 5 games. So I wouldn't necessarily be surprised to see either way. Either Grimaldi gets picked up by Arizona, or he passes through waivers. Maybe Buffalo would pick him up. I like Grimaldi's young, youngish. I mean, by NHL standards, about average age. But he's a good, smaller player. Definitely smaller player, and that might also allow him to pass through waivers. There may be teams that like his skill level, they don't like his size, but the compete is there, and hopefully he's back at the NHL level soon. But again, there may be teams that have cap space that look at Grimaldi and say, you know what, we can pick him up, and we might be able to move him for a draft pick at the deadline. So we'll see what happens, whether or not they actually do pass through waivers. The Columbus Blue Jackets have announced they are retiring the number 61, Rick Nash's number, on March 5th. I always kind of get a bit of a chuckle. I got to admit, a little bit of a chuckle when they retire a number that nobody else is likely to wear anyways. It's like when the whole league retired 99, and it's like, you don't really need to. Nobody else is going to wear Gretzky's number again, but all right. So the number 61, Rick Nash's number, will be retired on March 5th, and that'll be a good ceremony. And it's nice to see Columbus retiring their first number. Will it be the last? Probably not. I think Elvis has already got to be on the list of guys who may get their number retired at some point. But again, it's a higher number, so you're not really risking making anybody mad. I don't think there's many guys who are going to go to Columbus and go, man, I really wanted 61. Oh, well. But it is going to be nice to see that ceremony. And good to see that announcement there. Tony DeAngelo's been fined. Here's the weird thing is, this comes out today. $2,000 for embellishing. It was a November 6th incident against Florida that got him fined. He had already been warned less than a week before that for an October 31st incident against Arizona. Here's the thing. If those embellishments drew penalties on the other team and got Carolina a goal, I think DeAngelo pays that $2,000, no questions asked, and I think the teammates probably throw in a few bucks and go, here you go, Tony. Don't worry about it. We got that power play. We won the game. So DeAngelo fined. If there's already been 2 incidents, he may be one of those guys that at the end of the year they try to shame. I know this is about shaming the player for diving, but I don't know that it works. So yeah, DeAngelo in the news, but not for anything really heinous here. Just one of those things that does tend to happen. Boston will get a couple of guys back tonight. Nick Foligno will be back in the lineup, as will Anton Bleed. Bleed has such a great hockey name. Like, it's a natural name. Your last name is Bleed, you're in the hockey. And just, yeah, I've always hoped that he'd succeed and be a regular NHLer, and maybe this is the year. And for Foligno, it'd be nice to see him back in the lineup too. I'm guessing back on the third line for Boston, and we'll see what that does for them. Also, Jeff Blashill revealing that Troy Stecher will be out for at least 2 weeks. As far as I can see, it's still an undisclosed injury, so hopefully it's just for the 2 weeks and not for longer than that. But there you go. You guys are caught up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as a final thing, who picks up any of these players, and what do you think they do when they get there? Do you think Comeau gets picked up? Do you think Kero gets picked up? Or what about Grimaldi? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.